I want to start with Amazon.
Oh,
Hmm.
And here's the pitch to buy Amazon. I don't think it's that hard a pitch to make. Amazon added 472,000 jobs since in the last 8 months, since basically the pandemic started, which, regardless of the fact that, they may be sweaty warehouse jobs, that's a tremendous amount of jobs. It's now almost rivaling Walmart in terms of its workforce. There's got to be a stakeholder bonus for that, considering they even pay more than Walmart does. And just for context, for how big that is, 472,000 jobs. I looked this up. That's the entirety of South Africa's airline industry. That is basically the entire population of Malta. And that is the remaining elephants in the world, because poachers killed so many of them. So there's 472,000 elephants. So that's the pitch, I think, for Amazon. It goes beyond just, e-commerce. They own the entire world, and, Jeff Bezos and Prime Day. But they're a massive employer. So are we buying Amazon because Emma wanted to do them and they employ so many people? Let's start there.
do you want to go first, Emma?
No.
I don't want to. I don't want to buy Amazon.
Why? Why don't you want to buy Amazon?
I just don't like the direction our society is going in that regard. Like, those are the jobs we create. I need it to stop. I need like our retail. It's just like I don't know. It's too much retail. It's too much nonsense. I don't know. It just doesn't seem the right direction for us. It doesn't seem like a sustainable direction that our economy is built on, just buying crap that we throw away in less than 8 months. There's just something wrong with the equation. I just can't support it. I'm just not interested in it.
You pitched a company which we now own where 50% of the revenue comes from phones that they brick in 3 years, so you have to buy a new
Apple?
one. Yeah.
You talk about Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah, my reasoning for Apple was a bit odd. I agree. I mean, it's because that they're talking shit to people like Facebook. I know, but are you trying to persuade me to buy Amazon? I mean,
That's
if
the pitch.
Emma could talk me out of it, I just don't feel like buying Amazon. Emma, do you agree? Disagree?
I mean, the jobs thing is on a level convincing, but then I think about the quality of those jobs, and I'm sure they're all getting treated horribly. I mean, Amazon's labor practices are notoriously awful. I feel like maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how Amazon so generously was giving, I think it's warehouse workers, a $300 bonus. It's like, oh my God, so
Taxable.
kind to your workers. Instead of paying them a normal living wage and giving them proper benefits, we're going to give you an extra $300 at the end of the year.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. There's something wrong going on.
I can't buy Amazon.
Maybe because he's so smooth and bald. I feel like, to me, I look up to him as the one. He's the one who I think could change everything. Take his fortune and figure out some way to treat your workers well. That is the new model going forward. I'm relying on him to do it, even though he has no interest and no one's ever asked him to, and he doesn't care about humanity. But that's for some reason, I just want him to be the one who's you know what? I'm going to pay the F out of these people. I'm going to give them all equity in the company. And this is how America and the world should be. But he's not doing that. So I agree with Emma. I just can't do it.
Look, there are 246,000 people in 2018 were employed by the cruise line industry in the U.S. Jeff Bezos basically took all of them and hired them. Do you think that they're better off working at Amazon than they are on a floating COVID-y death trap?
Right, but
now?
is that how we invest? By we're taking the
I'm
lesser
just saying, your argument against Amazon is you picked Apple because they did an FU to another company that you like, and we covered yesterday in Biz Nuggets how Jeff Bezos complimented Elon Musk for the Starship rocket launch, which exploded. He offered
Yep.
congratulations to the team. There's no bigger FU than that. Like that's a great trolley FU in the space race.
Well, I don't know that congratulations might have come before it exploded. I don't know the timeline there.
Well, then that was the actual headline, so I'm guessing that it was after. But
Oh, okay.
but you're also arguing that you don't like Amazon because it has like a negative social, impact because it's so retail-y. You picked a different retail company, and Amazon you just don't think that those are the jobs people should have, but they just hired almost twice as many people as the cruise industry has, and they can effectively stopgap in people's lives so that they can actually get over the hump through the pandemic because they're hiring so much. So we don't think that's a good play.
I'll be honest with you. I would be more happily sell Apple than I would to buy Amazon and keep Amazon and Apple.
That's just entrenched.
Why don't you, advisor? Why don't you come next week and can you bring some stats about how they compensate their employees? Let's get some numbers here. I want to know.
$15 an hour is what they compensate their employees.
No, Apple compared to Apple.
Oh well, am I including the Apple's Foxconn employees or no?
I mean, you should. Yeah. I mean, I actually know it's shocking, but I think non-Americans are technically people now. I think according to the UN.
When did that happen? There's no way that happened anytime recently. All right, so Damion's out on Amazon. That means Emma, you would have done them. It's now up to you. I'm looking
over
at you.
the other ones.
Yeah,
show.
Well, I'm looking at you now. Are we going to buy Amazon?
So I hear you about the job thing. That really hits home for me. But I just honestly, the thing that keeps on running through my mind is about how Jeff Bezos and Amazon as a larger entity keeps on talking this big game about sustainability and about how much they care, when in all actuality, number one, they don't give a shit. Number two, it is an enormous undertaking for a company of that size to be carbon neutral, whatever the hell he says he's going to do. And it's pretty obvious to me that it's either not feasible or not economical for all of those higher ups that want to maintain their stratospheric salaries. So it's a no.
So we're going to go with the hell no. But I just want to ask one question before we get off of Amazon, which is where you're supposed to buy things that you know. Where did you both do most of your Christmas shopping this year or holiday shopping?
How dare you?
I haven't bought anything from Amazon in maybe a year.
How dare you assume that Christmas is the holiday of
I
choice
said
for
holiday shopping.
Oh,
Christmas or holiday shopping.
I
assume you're not doing Kwanzaa shopping. Maybe you are.
I was gonna say the one thing about Amazon I do like is the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So I almost bought it because of that.
Are you Prime members? Are you Prime members?
Yeah, ashamedly I am.
All right, let's move on because we hate the things we actually do every single day, apparently.